Covington, and it's Westbrook in at the point guard. Fans can be impatient, Greg, especially for the fans of teams that are slow to start a season.
And, Kevin, the media as well.
Right,
I played in New York, and you know, in that town, you go big or you get talked about, no doubt about it. But with the way things have evolved now, and every team is a national team because every game's televised, it's starting to happen more in some of those smaller markets as well. It's just a harsh reality of pro sports. He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Gordon with it. Leonard picks him up. A shot by Harden, wide open. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
Morris, no good.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Kicks it out to Harden. Good on the three-point shot. Harden's got 5 now.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Stolen by Gordon. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
No hesitation. He just takes off and takes it the distance.
Yeah, he's a one-man show in transition. Impressive play, taking it right to the rim.
Here's Morris, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And dangerous in that catch-and-shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
High, arcing shot. Westbrook, no good. Clippers trail by 4. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, earlier I spoke with Mike D'Antoni. He's racking his brain, trying to devise ways to take Paul George out of his comfort zone. Coach said he's just so steady, so confident. No matter what defense you run at him, he calmly dissects it. It's a problem that George poses for every team in the league. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Zubats is checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for George.
A playmaker in every sense of the word. Westbrook is pretty much a walking triple-double. And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
Here is Harden after the Clippers pick up 2.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Outside Leonard. Back to James. Rebound by House. Here's Houston now. They're on an 18-7 run. And stolen by James.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Leaps for it, and as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. A different look for the Clippers. The Clippers in the lead, and so in the game for the Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Gordon is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Tucker in at the 5 down low. Rockets have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Harden against George. The 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
You know, I love what the coaches did tonight. They pushed the right buttons time and time again.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
And so it's Houston with it after the Clippers pick up 2. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Westbrook.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Westbrook with the steal, and it's the Rockets on the break. In the corner, it's Gordon. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Los Angeles leading by 3.
And after over a decade with the Thunder, last season, Russell Westbrook starting fresh with the Rockets, a superstar pairing with longtime friend James Harden.
And the rejection by Harrell.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
And Greg, there were some legitimate questions about Harden and Westbrook and how they would play together. Westbrook not the floor spacer they looked to put around Harden.
And that preceded their moves at the trade deadline. I mean, committing to small ball. Westbrook, the lone non-shooter from distance, unlocked, though, to attack the paint.
Leonard finds James. Morris inside. He's covered by Westbrook. Harrell, the pass to James. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And it's Harrell missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Harrell against Westbrook. Over Morris. That one wide left. Clippers leading by 3. On the wing, George. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 4 assists now tonight.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
Over to the left wing. Westbrook with a wide open look. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
They generated second chance opportunities on one end, preventing them on the other end. That was the story of the game.
Here's Gordon after the basket by Los Angeles. Harden's shot is good.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
And the dunk by James.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Paul George with the steal. And the shot goes in.
And it's almost as if they knew exactly what the D was going to throw at him on that possession.
For the Houston Rockets, they come in off the loss to the Nuggets in Denver.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
Especially on the road. Each miss fired up that crowd even more.
Here's James following the basket by Russell Westbrook. And Harrell wide open. He shoots. Another one falls for the Clippers.
I like this from Montrezl Harrell. Usually doing his damage in the interior. He is stepping out to the mid-range.
Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And stolen by James. Here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
The bench loves that play from Montrezl Harrell. His physicality makes him hard to stop.
Rockets trail by 8. Westbrook with it. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Denver.
And it wasn't just the points. He brought hustle, he brought energy, and he brought it on the glass.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Clippers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. They throw good, Paul George. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. And there's the pass to Leonard. George, that's a two-pointer. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Rockets trail by 8. Green breaking loose. And the rejection by Harrell. Here's Leonard. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Leonard's got 5.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Here's Westbrook, and it's Houston with another.
Building off a solid first quarter, he's been lights out here in the second.
Williams passes to James. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Robert Covington picks one up.
Because he's so good at shooting it and driving it, defenses overplay Lou, leaving other guys free.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And then for Houston, Daniel House is checked in for Robert Covington. McLemore has come in for Eric Gordon. And it's Rivers in for James Harden. Rivers, he made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
I mean, he's extremely confident and aggressive. Rivers loves to take it up inside.
Here's James. Misses from close range. Rockets trail by 9. Down low, House. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy buckets.
And Los Angeles. And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 15 going into the... All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right... Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
They've got Harrell. Junior's out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. And the dunk by James.
And that's a special play coming from the 1 spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Rockets last season traded Clint Capella for Robert Covington. The front office felt it was a move they had to make to go from good to great. And of course, they certainly gave up size, but with Westbrook and Harden in the lineup, they needed more shooting, with open driving lanes to be at their best. And Covington provides that, along with great perimeter defense. Guys?
A team that's no stranger to bold moves. Thanks, David.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's Morris. Eric Gordon with the rebound. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. Trailing by 17. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. They start a 3-game homestand with that game.
Yeah, easy call.
The Rockets shooting their first free throws here tonight.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
Both free throws good from Tucker.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Pass to Morris. Back to James. Kicks it out to Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And the shot is good. Morris has got 8 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 22. Harden outside. Latrey. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 5 assists tonight.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
And he comes up with the deuce. Westbrook's got 24 points.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Harrell, that's good.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now.
Well, teams look for plus sixes, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only one miss in 5 attempts.
Westbrook with it. He's picked up by James. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Tucker. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well-suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
Here's Harden. Gordon trying to break loose.
One of the best defenders in the NBA, Paul George displays strong timing and discipline.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
If you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
To the paint. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And when he's aggressive, watch out. Morris finishing through the contact, now going to the line to try and add one more.
The Clippers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. Rockets trail by 13. Here's Westbrook, and Houston again with the bucket.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
And they double up James. Harrell the pass to James. Westbrook pulls it in. Westbrook's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Gordon's got 9. Los Angeles leading by 9. Pass to Harrell. Back to James. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Rockets trail by 12. And here's Westbrook. And that one, good. Westbrook's got 28 points for the game.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
James, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
It was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Westbrook passes to Gordon. Covington kicks to Harden. No good with the triple. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 4 assists in the game. Westbrook passes to Gordon. And here's Harden outside Westbrook to end the run. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Free throw good, James.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Houston making some changes. Jeff Green is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Damari Carroll comes in for Robert Covington. And Daniel House subbed in for Eric Gordon. Now here's Westbrook over Jackson. The Rockets with another miss. On the wing, George. Over House. And there's George. That's good on the assist by James. George has got 5 points now this quarter. Rockets trail by 21. Timeout called, the Rockets.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player.
Jackson, that's a two-pointer. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
So on the floor for Houston, Rivers out there with Russell Westbrook. Then it's Green, then it's Harden, and it's House in at the four-man position.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
And they double up James. Jackson kicks to James. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Basket, good.
Man, he has been locked in this quarter, shouldering the load at the offensive end.
Houston's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Westbrook against Jackson. Now here's Rivers, guarded closely. Harden outside, 6 on the shot clock. The Rockets again can't hit.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And he's good on the three ball.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Harden, that's good.
Having a monster night from beyond the arc. He had 2 bombs in the first half, now 3 more since.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
These are big buckets. He's been instrumental in helping them try to close out this game.
And the Rockets making a change here. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Green. Cephalosha comes in for Danuel House. David Nwaba is checked in for James Harden. And McLemore subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Pass to McLemore. Stolen by Jackson. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Oh!
Yes! Yes!
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
It's been tremendous job of play calling and execution. They just continue to increase this lead.
Knocked away and stolen by James. All alone, and James throws it down.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Jackson against Rivers. Shot to stop the run from deep. McLemore. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Patterson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight, and he gets the bucket. James has got 42 in the game.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away.
Oh!
Uh-oh. I mean, wonderful court vision. Sometimes Rivers gets locked in to finding his own shot. This time, finds the open man.
Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
You can see Patterson just track that in the air the whole way. You knew he would finish the oop.
Rocket shooting has been dreadful lately, around 28% here in the 4th. McLemore inside the line, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. 12 points for Ben McLemore. Jackson kicks to Shamet. To the inside, it's stolen by McLemore.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Clippers.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Junior.
An all-around dominant performance. Only certain guys can do this. Complete control, 3 phases of the game. Congrats, a triple-double.
Clock is at 3. Rivers can't get it to go. And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. Jackson passes to James. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. James has got 46 points.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
Chandler. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's Rivers. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Listen, when Austin Rivers can square up and knock down jumpers, he becomes much more dangerous.
Got a hand on it, but they'll get another chance. Second shot opportunity, and James with the layup. James has got 48.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Left side Chandler. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long, everyone.